Hi, this is Melanie, aka Princess Ninja, aka the Keto Critic, aka the caffeinated carnivore. I know you guys have got to be tired of seeing me today, but my commitment daily is to hashtag 365 days to 50. So welcome. Welcome to January 21st. This is also my third day on carnivore. Wow, for those of you who have followed me in my videos today, thank you very much. I was blown away. I had 6 hours of watch time from reading my book today. I'm only leaving that up for 24 hours, so if you are interested in knowing about the book that I'm writing, about how I developed the eating disorders, self-esteem issues that brought me to the point where I'm at today, go ahead and check out that live that I did earlier. Thank you so much to those of you who have participated in that. I ended up reading 3 chapters. I'm working so hard. I'm feeling a little insecure, because I am no scholar by any stretch of the imagination. My grammar leaves a lot to be desired. So I'm great at telling a story and taking people places emotionally, but when it comes to punctuation and semicolons and hyphenated words, I fall really short in that area. So I'm a little scared, but also very excited about the book. So any of you that just want to, go take a listen for a little while and let me know what you think about the book. I also, it was an emotional day for me. This morning I went live on my Facebook page, Princess Ninja Weight Loss and Motivation. If you aren't part of my page and you want to be, you can go to YouTube to the About Me section and I have my Facebook link there. That's to my Weight Loss and Motivation page. It was a very emotional morning for me as I stepped on the scale, and you remember last night I was 195.7 and I talked about how all I needed to lose was 0.7 more pounds and I would be at the lowest weight that I've been in 12 years. Well, guess what? I stepped on the scale this morning and the scale was 149.9. The only thing I'm going to talk about my blah, 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 yakety schmackety now. I'm disappointed in myself, I got to tell you. All day long, I kept saying, Melanie, you need to do something really spectacularly nice. This is a huge monumental moment. This is huge. This has importance. This has weight. This is valid. And I did nothing. You know what I did? Well, I wrote in my book. Okay, so that was one of my goals. You'll see that on my board. I wrote in my book. I wrote probably 4 or 5 more paragraphs. I did the dishes. I discovered a really great recipe for spare ribs. If you saw that video, if you haven't, check it out, where I'm also making bone broth. Let's see what else. Basically just worked on my YouTube channel, worked on my review video. I got that done. I got a lot accomplished, but at the end of the day, I told my husband I suck. I am not a good friend to myself. If this was any of my friends that reached this type of milestone, I would have taken them out to lunch. No, I don't want to do anything food related. It's a weight loss journey, right? So I'm not a dog. I don't need food as a reward. But if it was a girlfriend of mine, I would have bought her something, a momentum. I would have done something really special for her, especially knowing if she struggles for every pound, to see her reach such an amazing goal. And I did nothing for myself. 0. I'm not mad. It's just weird. I was full of so much like, oh my God, I've hit the lowest weight in my whole life. And I was all emotional and I was all crying and it was really a huge deal. And then after I was done crying, I'm like, okay. I think I need help sometimes. I need psychological help, I think. Okay, so let's get to the board. All right, 365 days to 50. It is the 21st, third day of carnivore. So how am I feeling on carnivore? No different than I feel on keto, except the headache. I've had a continuous, like a dull headache right here, frontal. I'm making sure I'm getting potassium. I'm drinking electrolyte water. I'm drinking Soleil water. I just think maybe I'm going through an adjustment period, so not really sure. It could be sinusy too. It's that time of year, the weather. Excuse me. The weather has been crazy. Okay, so weight, 194.9, lowest weight in 12 years. That's huge. That's a huge accomplishment. My steps today, 11,185. Calories burned, 2,301. Calories in, 1,464. Now, a lot of people say on carnivore you shouldn't log your food. But because I'm doing this as an experiment, it doesn't work as an experiment if I don't document what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I've got to have something that I can look back at and do comparatives. I've got to have something substantial to go back to and say, hey, I lost X amount of pounds over this many days, and this was my calorie intake versus doing keto over the same period of time, doing this many carbs, this many calories. So you know what I'm saying? So maybe if I don't do carnivore my whole life, but maybe if I say, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I do carnivore, and the rest of the week I do a cup of veggies, or maybe I do carnivore and incorporate 1 cup of veggies a day. I love vegetables. I'm not hating on carnivore. I love meat too, but I love vegetables like roasted Brussels sprouts and sauteed spinach. I love mushrooms. So I do feel like I'm missing out there. I do feel like that because I actually enjoy eating avocado. I enjoy. I'm not sure what kind of ramifications they have on me biologically. It's got to be something because I was averaging 10 to 15 total carbs a day, right? For a week. My weight loss started picking up and now I'm carnivore and the weight is just, I'm seeing a swoosh. I'm seeing a swoosh. 8.5 months on keto and I'm finally seeing a swoosh. Swoosh, there it is. Swoosh, there it is. Swoosh, there it is. Okay, I know that's not the words, but it sounded good. So, okay, 0 carbs today, 109 grams of fat, 109 grams of protein. Don't ask how I did that. That wasn't purposeful. It's just how it happened. Okay, the book. I wrote 1 entire page, like I said, about 5 full paragraphs. I completed the review. If you haven't seen that, that was for a lunchbox, a thermos. Spare ribs. I cooked the spare ribs and I'm making a bone broth and it's absolutely delicious. Delicious. Book. Oh, okay. So I had an incredibly successful book reading today. I read like 3 chapters of my book and I was so overwhelmed. I had 6 hours of watch time in the hour that it took me to read those 3 chapters. Some of my favorites came in to support me and they were very encouraging and they were very thoughtful and sincere words. It made me feel more confident going forward, like maybe this book might be a success. Well, I hope so. But anyway, I think everyone has a book in them and I'm just bringing my book out. That's all I'm doing. I'm bringing it out. So thank you for those of you who are watching this video now that came by and supported me on my live stream this morning reading my book. I do love you and appreciate that. So what did I eat today being carnivore? I have not given up coffee. I had a bulletproof coffee, but this morning I used Kerrygold butter. I used 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold butter, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. For lunch, I sauteed a pork chop in half bacon grease, and when I say half and half, I mean 1 tablespoon apiece. I put 1 tablespoon of some strained bacon grease that I made up yesterday, and then I put about a teaspoon of ghee in there, salt and pepper, and just fried it up. It was absolutely delicious. And then of course for dinner I broke that serving of spare ribs into thirds, the meat from it, which came out to a little over a pound. I broke it into thirds and ate that for dinner. So that was nice and fatty and just wonderful. Flavor was amazing. It was really good. My positive affirmation for myself for today is I am sensible. I try to look at things from a very sensible point of view, a very sensible perspective, and I think that I have a very good open mind and open heart when it comes to dealing with things rationally and trying to see the other side of things. I am also known to be a peacemaker, so there's that. Blah, blah, blah. I already talked about that today. Let's see. Game night. Tonight, Elizabeth and her boyfriend Quentin came over for game night. We had lots of fun. That's why this video is coming to you so late, and the board really doesn't look as colorful as it normally does because we've been playing games. I won Scrabble, so there's that, and I won a game of Sorry. So out of the 4 games we played tonight, I won 2 of them. Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, my blood glucose today was 91. My ketone was 0.5. Now that is the one thing that I'm really not sure. Okay. It doesn't make sense to me that if my carbs, my calories, or my protein are too high, then my ketones go down. If my blood glucose is too high, then my ketones go down. Since I've been on carnivore, I thought I'm eating 0 carbs. My ketones should be through the roof, and they're not. As a matter of fact, my ketones before I started carnivore was about 0.7 to 1.3, and the last couple weeks before I started this carnivore, my ketones had been awesome, like 1.1, 1.5, 1.7. Now I've started carnivore, I'm eating 0 carbs, and my ketones kind of suck. What gives? I really don't know the medical explanation for that. I'm not even going to pretend that I know what that is. So I'm going to have to do some research and figure out why, if I'm eating 0 carbs, are my ketones sucking badly. I mean, I woke up the other morning and it was 0.3. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it though. I'm losing weight. I feel good. I have plenty of energy. Last night I got another great night of sleep. It wasn't as good as I would love, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. An extra 30 minutes, I'll take it. And my YouTube crush of the day is Ketogenic Kim. Now, most of you in this community know Ketogenic Kim. She just has such a great persona. She has an upbeat, up-tempo. She's had some medical issues and struggles, which I can empathize with. And I really get where she's at because for about 3 years, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with my heart. And all I knew is that something was seriously wrong. There was several times with my heart issues that I had trouble breathing. I felt like I was gasping for air. And about 3 months before they did my pacemaker, my heart rate was dropping into the 20s at night while I was sleeping. I would literally wake up in the middle of the night and know that my heart had stopped. I would know that my heart was stopping. And it was such a horrifying. So, she's soldiering through it, and she has just such a great attitude. She does a lot of great recipes, and she does keto. So if you haven't checked out Ketogenic Kim, please go do so and let her know I sent you. Meanwhile, you keep being a ninja. I'm going to keep being a ninja, and we're just going to ninja this.